we are going to start.
Sir, physics result when you will give?
Within 2 days. Okay. I am checking and then I will show you.
Okay, sir.
Okay, let us start. Wait, some of the students are joining. So wait. Okay, this is visible to all of you.
Yes, sir.
So in the last class, we have discussed matter waves and the class है मैडम को बोल दिए क्लास में ओके so we are starting. We have already discussed about the operator, eigenfunction, eigenvalue, what are the normalization constant, what is the orthogonality condition, and what are the orthonormality conditions. Okay, so now we are going solve. Now we are going to discuss the Schrodinger equation. Your MCQ second is from the 16th. Okay. I am audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so today we will discuss Schrodinger equation and particle in one-dimensional box, and in the next class on next Monday, we will discuss photoelectric effect, Compton effect, and black body radiation. In black body radiation and photoelectric effect, there is only basic qualitative this explanation. There is derivation in Compton effect, so we will discuss in the next class. Here we are going to finish this portion today. So now we are going to discuss what is the Schrodinger equation. So you just think, just like in Newtonian mechanics, you have already studied the 3 laws of the Newtons. Law of inertia, F is equal to m into a, and action, law of action and reactions. Similarly, when we are talking at the microscopic level, we have a equation that is called the Schrodinger equation. And this Schrodinger equation will be used to find the position, energy, wave function, and all the physical properties of microscopic particles. So this is a universal equation. This cannot be verified. In some books, it has been written that this is the proved, but Schrodinger equation cannot be proved. This equation can only be verified. Okay. So here we are considering first case. There are 2 types of Schrodinger equation. First is the time dependent, and second is the time independent. First Schrodinger equation, time dependent Schrodinger equation we are discussing. So just here we have considered a plane monochromatic wave that is given by psi x. Here all the things whatever in your syllabus, that is the one-dimensional case. We are not going to discuss the 3-dimensional case. So here we have considered a plane monochromatic wave, and the equation of that wave is given by psi xt is equal to a exponential minus I omega t minus kx. This is the equation 1 is representing the equation of plane monochromatic wave moving along x direction. Now we know from the de Broglie hypothesis that P momentum is related to the wave vector, and that is equal to P is equal to h cross k. हाँ सर, नेटवर्क तो है। हाँ, आई एम ऑडिबल टू ऑल ऑफ यू?
Yes, sir.
So your screen is not visible.
Yes, sir. But
Screen is not
Screen is
visible.
not visual, sir.
Okay, नहीं सर, नेट नहीं है। नेटवर्क की प्रॉब्लम है, देन आई एम चेकिंग। नेटवर्क नहीं है। वही है नेटवर्क नहीं जा रही। Okay, wait. Here network is creating some problems. Okay, so you can wait.
Okay, sir.
Is visible? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Now this is
Visible.
visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, visible.
So let us start. We have write down the equation of plane monochromatic wave, that is psi xt is equal to x. We are going to use this equation 1 to verify the Schrodinger equation, what it is correct solution or not. So now we will express this equation in terms of momentum and energy, because we are talking at the level of microscopic level. So we will write this equation in terms of energy and momentum. And to find this one, we know that P is equal to, आपने पढ़ा है ना, de Broglie hypothesis, lambda is equal to h upon P. So from there, P is equal to h upon lambda, and lambda is related to the wave vector. So this is h cross k, and this energy can be written in h cross omega. H cross is equal to h upon 2 pi. So we will put the value of omega and k from this equation in equation 1. So we can write equation 1. This is psi xt is equal to a exponential minus I upon h cross et minus px. Here from this equation we have put the value of wave vector k and angular frequency omega in terms of momentum and energy in equation 1. So we have find the equation 2. Now what is our next step? We will differentiate equation 2 with respect to x. There, since psi is the variable of x and t, so we will first differentiate with respect to s, and then we differentiate with respect to time. So first we are differentiating with respect to x. So we have find del psi by del x, and del psi by del x after differentiation we are getting ip upon h cross psi xt. Differentiation आता है ना आपको?
Yes, sir.
Hello. So we will differentiate this equation 2 with respect to x. So we are getting del psi upon del x I into p upon h cross psi xt. We are again differentiating, means we are differentiating second times with respect to s. So we have find del 2 psi upon del x square, and this is equal to minus p square upon h cross square psi xt. Here I have already mentioned this differentiation, how we have differentiated. So when we will rearrange this equation, we have got minus h cross square d2 psi upon dx square is equal to p square psi xt. This is equation 3. This is only the rearrangement of this above equation. Now second time we are differentiating with equation 2 with respect to time. It means we are going to find the value of del psi upon del t. So del psi upon del t equal to minus I e upon h plus psi xt. So when we will rearrange this one, this is minus I h dot del psi upon del t. This is e psi xt. This is equation 4. देखो इसमें करना क्या है आपको? We will consider a plane, the equation of the plane electromagnetic wave. That equation will be in terms of wave vector and angular frequency. From de Broglie hypothesis and A is equal to h nu relation, we will put the value of wave vector and angular frequency in equation 1. We will get equation 2. It means equation 2 is representing equation of plane monochromatic wave in terms of energy and momentum. So now we will differentiate this equation 2 with respect to s 2 times. Del psi upon del x, del 2 psi upon del x square. We will rearrange and we will get equation 3. Secondly, we will differentiate equation 2 with respect to time once. So we will get here del psi upon del t, and rearranging we are getting minus I h plus del psi upon del t. This is so equation 3 and equation 4, there are terms of momentum and energy. So you just see here, this E, this capital E and P is called the momentum and energy operator. आपको याद होगा जब हम ऑपरेटर पढ़ा रहे थे आपको, then we have I told you that operator will be operate on the eigenfunction and we will get the eigenvalue. So in case of quantum mechanics, this energy and momentum are called operator. And how this operator can be represented? So देखो E is equal to E tends to I H cross del upon del T. This is called the energy operator. इसको याद रखिएगा आप लोग, ये जनरली ऑब्जेक्टिव में पूछा जाता है. एनर्जी which one is representing the energy operator? So I H cross del upon del T, this is called the energy operator, and minus I H cross del upon del X, this is called the momentum operator. It means when we will operate this on any wave function, we will get the energy eigenvalue and momentum eigenvalue. भाई आप एनर्जी ऑपरेटर को किसी वेव फंक्शन पे ऑपरेट करेंगे, इन दैट केस यू विल गेट द एनर्जी आइगन वैल्यू. इफ यू आर ऑपरेटिंग मोमेंटम ऑपरेटर, देन यू विल गेट द मोमेंटम आइगन वैल्यू. So you remember this two energy operators. This is the important. Now in the case of free particle, you have already know that the relation between energy and momentum, this is E equal to P square upon 2m. So when we will multiply this equation 5 with respect to wave function, means E psi xt and P square by twice m psi xt, so we are getting equation 6. Now we are going to represent the value of E psi xt and P psi xt from equation 3 and 4. You just see here, from equation 3 we can get the value of P square psi xt. From equation 4 we can write the value of E psi xt. When we will use equation 3 and 4 in equation 6, we will get I H cross del psi upon del T is equal to minus H cross square upon twice m del 2 psi by del x square. This is equation 7. Okay, and this equation 7 is called or represent the time dependent Schrodinger equation. This is the case of the free particle. Free particle means no force is acting on the particle. Potential energy will be 0. But suppose that if we are consider the particle that experience some forces, some external forces, in that case this total energy relation will be E square equal to P square upon twice m plus potential energy. So when we will repeat the same process, side we will multiply left hand side and right hand side by side. So we are getting I H cross del psi upon del T minus H cross square upon twice m del 2 psi by del x square. Here one terms, potential energy terms will become P psi xt. This equation represents the time dependent Schrodinger equation for a particle that are experiencing that an external force acting on that particle. It means there will be some constraints. This is clear? Clear है ये? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
देखो इसमें मैं बताता हूं इसको. Here you just see equation 10 left hand right hand side. There is a term minus h square upon twice m del 2 upon del x square plus v psi xt is common. So on the right hand side of equation 2, if you take the common psi xt, it means there will be a term minus h cross square upon twice m del 2 upon del x square plus v, and this term is equal to h. That is called the Hamiltonian operator. This is a function which represents energy and total energy of the particle moving under external forces. So this is called the Hamiltonian operator, and this is represented by equation 1. So in terms of Hamiltonian equation, we can write equation 10 E psi upon H psi. This is another way to represent the Schrödinger equation. So you इसमें देखो, इसमें ज्यादा Schrödinger equation को you will only verify. So to verify, first what we will do, we will consider a plane monochromatic wave in terms of momentum and wave vector and angular frequency. जो आप जनरल इक्वेशन लिखते हैं, आप जो भी जनरल सॉल्यूशन कंसीडर करते हैं, y इक्वल टू a sin omega t plus theta or something. Similarly, we are writing here a equation of plane monochromatic wave. We are considering that this is representing the solution of the Schrödinger equation. Now, only one thing we will do, we will replace wave vector and angular frequency in terms of energy and momentum, because we are discussing at the microscopic level. So we will get here equation 2 in terms of momentum and energy. You just see. Now second step, two times differentiate this equation with respect to x, and one time differentiate with respect to time. So we will get equation 3 and 4. Here you are getting some important information. Means you are finding the energy operator and momentum operator. This is very important in the quantum mechanics. Okay, what is the value of energy momentum and what is the value of the momentum operator? Because when we will operate this operator on a eigenfunction, you will get energy eigenfunction and energy eigenvalue and momentum eigenvalue respectively. Now you already familiar with this one, this equation 5, that E equal to P square upon twice M. This is the relation between momentum and energy. You know very well. So you multiply this equation with psi xt. Means in the left hand side and right hand side you multiply. Now this left hand side value you can get from equation 4, and right hand side value you can get from equation 3. So when we will put, you will get this equation 7. This is the time dependent Schrödinger equation for the free particle, because no external force is acting on the particle. But suppose that if some external force is acting, then what will be happen? Potential energy will be generated. So in terms of potential energy, this energy momentum relation can be written from equation 8. You will repeat the same process. You will get this equation 10, that is representing the time dependent Schrödinger equation for a particle moving under some external forces. From equation 10, you are getting some important value, that the right hand side of equation 2 is representing an operator that is called the Hamiltonian operator. And this Hamiltonian operator represents the total energy of the value. Just like if you write equation 10, here you are seeing it from equation 10 that E psi is equal to H psi. So if H is the momentum operator, it means you are operating the Hamiltonian operator on wave function. You are getting the energy eigenvalue. This is okay? ये क्लियर है? हेलो,
Yes, sir. Clear.
जहां डाउट हो पूछ लेना. Now अब देखो, we are going to discuss the second part of this one, time independent. कैसे time independent श्रोडिंगर इक्वेशन लिखा जाता है. आपको याद करना क्या है, एनर्जी ऑपरेटर क्या होता है, मोमेंटम ऑपरेटर क्या होता है, हैमिल्टोनियन ऑपरेटर क्या होता है, फ्री पार्टिकल के केस में श्रोडिंगर इक्वेशन क्या होता है, अगर पार्टिकल फ्री नहीं है, it means the particle is moving under some external forces, then what will be the form of the Schrodinger equation and how this is related to the Hamiltonian operator. Second part is the time independent Schrodinger equation. To time independent, to find the time independent Schrodinger equation, what we will do, we will write this equation one separately. It means you just see the left hand side the function of position and time coordinate. So we will separate right hand side also, means one function will be of the position coordinate and second function will be the of the time coordinate. It means we are going to apply the method of separation of variables. We are going to separate the variables. One variable will be position coordinate, second variable will be the time coordinate. And for this one, equation one can be written as, you just see, this psi xt can be written as psi x and ft. We are separating these two variables. One function is the variable of position coordinates. Second variable is of the function of the time coordinate. So from this equation 13, we will differentiate with respect to x. So here we will apply the partial differential equation. So this psi, del psi upon del x will be equal to partial differential equation आता है आपको?
Yes, sir.
Sir, yes, sir.
Here we are partially differentiating. So del psi upon del x is equal to ft. This is the function of time. So the differentiation is not possible. Only we will differentiate this one, del psi x upon del x. We will again differentiate with respect to x. So we will find the value of del 2 psi upon del x square. This can be written as ft del 2 psi upon del x square. There is a way, when you write the wave function in the method of separation of variables, you will use the small letters and capital letters so that you can easily identify. So now we will again differentiate equation 13 with respect to time, del psi upon del t. Now here we will psi x del ft upon del t. ये differentiation clear है आपको? क्यों?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Clear.
Okay, now you see equation 14 and 15 we are going to use in equation 13, 14, we are going to use equation 10. Here, you just see in equation 10 we have the value of del psi x upon del t and del 2 psi upon del x square. So we will use equation 14 and 15 in equation 10. So when we will use in equation 10, we will get a IH cross this value minus this one. जो भी value आपको मिली है, you will write this. However, I will send the notes. So you will see, you will get this value equation 16. Now what we will do, you will divide this equation 16 by psi xt ft. So when you will divide, you will get IH cross 1 upon ft del ft upon del t 1 upon psi x del 2 psi x upon del x square plus vxt. Now we will take in the right hand side. So IH cross ft, this one. Here 1 upon psi x, I have taken common. So this is minus h cross square by twice m del 2 psi by del x square vx psi x. But IH cross upon ft, this one equal to E, because you know this is representing the momentum operator. Energy operator. So this E can be written as 1 upon ft del ft upon del t. So this will be I minus I upon h cross E. And when we will write this one, use this one in equation 17, we will get this is equal to A. So from here we are getting minus h cross square upon twice m del 2 psi upon del x square. This one equal to E psi x. When we will rearrange this equation, we are getting a del 2 psi upon del x square twice m over h cross square E minus V psi x is equal to 0. This is important. Derivation आपको अगर नहीं समझ में आ रहा है तो you can ask me anytime. But you will, for this MCQ, this is necessary that you will remember this equation 18. This is representing the time independent Schrodinger equation. Suppose that if particle is free, means no external force is acting. So when no external force is acting, what will be happen? Potential will be 0. It means this equation 18 will be represent del 2 psi upon del x square twice m e over h cross square psi x equal to 0. This is equation 19. And these two equations, equation 18 and 19, are representing time independent Schrodinger equation for particle moving under the forces and for particle moving under the there is no force acting on the particle. So this is the time independent Schrodinger equation. ये आपको क्लियर है? देखो, I will send the notes today, so you will go through the notes. You will try to understand the derivations, and if you have any doubt, you can ask. But whatever the points I am saying you to remember for your examination period, please. भाई derivation तो आपको second end sem exam में आएगा ही आएगा, but for the MCQ second, these points are the very crucial. This is okay?
Yes, okay.
So, the time independent and time dependent Schrodinger equation, energy operator and momentum operator, Hamiltonian operator, or how we can represent the energy operator, what is the momentum operator, what is the Hamiltonian operator, what is the Schrodinger equation for free particle in the case of time dependent, in case of time independent, what is the time, what will be the form of the Schrodinger equation in the case of when particle is moving under the external force for free, and that you will at least recall. This is very easy. If you will try to understand, you can understand. अगर आपको एक बार समझ में आ गया तो आप क्लियर है. Otherwise, then there will be problem. इसके बाद आपको देखिए, why we are discussing the Schrodinger equation. Main point is here. So now we are going to use this Schrodinger equation to solve the one-dimensional potential problem. That is the main application, and this is in your syllabus. So here we are going to discuss the application of the Schrodinger equation, and the easiest and only one problem that is in your syllabus is the particle in one-dimensional box. This is very important. So here we are considering that one-dimensional box in which a particle is moving. So you just see here this figure. Here you just see this is at x is equal to 0. This is x is equal to L. So this is representing a one-dimensional potential box. Okay. Potential energy inside the particle is 0. It means no force is acting on this particle, and outside of this potential box, potential energy is infinite. Why? You just see here, I have a system consisting of a particle moving horizontally. Particle moving horizontally within an infinite from which it cannot escape. So here properties of this box is that the box are non-penetrable, rigid and elastic. Okay, so that particle only can bounce within the within the box. They cannot penetrate. So whatever the forces will be acting outside, that will be zero. So here you just see how we can solve, how we can apply. So our first step is to write potential. So potential inside the box is zero, means this is zero in between 0 and L, and infinite when x is less than 0 and x is greater than L. Okay? So चलिए मैं बाद में पढ़ाऊंगा, फोन आ रहा है देखो. ओके
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.
अटेंडेंस.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
चलो
Should I leave?
certificate attendance.